It's Lake City Rock 107.3 WRSW. I am AC, joined on the phone right now with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Jesse James Dupree, lead singer for Jackal. But that's not your only title, is it, Jesse?
You know, my overall title is Manager of Expectations. And then that's whether I'm dealing with the Full Throttle Saloon reality TV show or whether we're dealing with the Jesse James Bourbon or the Full Throttle Saloon Shine or the other 10,000 things we seem to find ourselves getting into. But, we do these throttle fest events where we take the full throttle on the road and we go to Myrtle Beach and Chicago and Kansas. We'll be in Chicago the third week of June. We take everything that's the full throttle and set it up on Toyota Parks, about 30 acres over there. We got Hailstorm playing this year on the Friday night. Of course, Jackal plays on the Saturday night, and it's going to be a big year there.
Awesome. That sounds like a great event, but you guys are actually playing here in Wabash coming this Saturday night for the Support the Troops Freedom Rally at Brandt's Harley-Davidson. Are you pretty excited about that, too?
I'm excited. I don't know what I'm excited about the most. It's another year we get to come back and play. I mean, that's the most badass dealership. I mean, they throw this big free, and that's right, I said a big free outdoor bash right there in the parking lot of Brandt's Harley-Davidson. And there's very few Harley-Davidson dealerships that have got the cojones to do something like that. And every year it just grows and grows. This is our third or maybe fourth year out there doing it. And then this year they've added the military ride that we're doing earlier that day. I think it starts out at 11 o'clock from the dealership. And not only are we doing that charity ride, but after the charity ride, when we get back to the dealership, anybody that brings out a Jesse James bottle of bourbon or a Full Throttle Saloon Shine Moonshine bottle or both or all of the above, we've got a signing lined up at the dealership. So that sometime right after the ride, we'll be doing the signing there at the dealership at 2 p.m. And so bring out your bottles of Jesse James Bourbon, Full Throttle Saloon Shine. We'll do that. And then we got a rock and roll show we're going to play. We got a whole bunch of bands. Wayland's playing that day, great band I'm working with, and many other local bands that always do a great job. And then Jackal hits the stage, and I promise you, we'll leave the biggest stain possible, when we pull out of that parking lot.
Yeah, now, this is an all-ages show. How important do you think it is to expose kids to real rock music with the glut of just junk that they hear these days?
But as far as how important is it that they get rock and roll what now?
How important do you think it is that kids get exposed to real rock and roll music?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Yeah. I had one of my fondest memories over the last couple of years was we were playing at Brandt's Harley-Davidson, and like you say, there's families and just all kind of just all kind of age groups that were there, and I looked down and there's this little toddler. And I mean, like literally a little toddler, and they had his little ears protected, and he was sitting up on his dad's shoulders with a mohawk and sunglasses. He wearing sunglasses, mohawk, and these ear protectors, which made him look, just as rock and roll as ever. And I ended up grabbing him up on the stage, and he helped me finish the Lumberjack song out. And so I think he's destined for a life of rock and roll. I think it's very important. A family that rocks together stays together.
Awesome, and that's true in your family as well. Your son has his band, the Nigel Dupree Band. How are they doing these days?
That good-looking little bastard. He's lucky he looks like his mama, and but he's talented, and he's working on a brand new record now, and I'm proud of everything he does, and he's out there. He plays a lot of shows with us and such, and so again he's playing it forward, and I appreciate that. Awesome.
You talked earlier about the Full Throttle Saloon and your involvement with that. Now, you've done some pretty crazy things on the TV show. You jumped off the top of the saloon, basically. What possessed you to do something like that?
Sometimes you just want to jump off things. Hell, I may be inclined to jump off the top of Brandt's Harley-Davidson this Saturday.
How long have you been involved out there with the Full Throttle gang?
Me and the owner of Brandt's Harley-Davidson, we're going to tandem jump off the roof of that. But if he'll jump, I'll jump.
I don't know if they'll go for that. We'll have to check in on that and see if they'll do it.
Yeah, if they sell 60 motorcycles that day, we'll both have to jump.
All right, a challenge has been issued. So you heard it here first. So go buy a motorcycle this weekend at Brandt's, and you could see Jesse and the owner of Brandt's jumping off the roof.
Oh, he may not be too happy about this.
You can clear it with him later. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right?
Hey, he and I drank enough bourbon. He's a big fan of the Jesse James bourbon. We drank enough of it last year. I think he might have thought he could fly off the top of that building.
So the Full Throttle Saloon Gang that you guys have done the TV show, you've been going out there for years. What's your relationship out there with the Full Throttle Gang? How'd you get involved with all that?
Well, I mean, Mike and I, we became friends about 15, 16 years ago, and it's turned into a partnership. And I really got caught up in helping him make his dreams come true with that. I mean, I've been fortunate enough for all my dreams to come true with playing in the band and the big sound systems and the light shows and all that stuff. And and I saw Michael Ballard, build that Full Throttle Saloon up out of, it was just nothing but a prairie. And and I'm proud of everything that we've been able to accomplish with getting the Full Throttle Saloon. It's a destination point now, right alongside Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, Deadwood, Devil's Tower, just all these pieces of America, and you got the Full Throttle Saloon set right in the middle of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you talked about, it's a piece of America. And speaking of America, as you said earlier, you're doing the Freedom Ride for the troops, to support the troops. How important is it to support the troops?
Well, there's no way any of us could ever do enough, considering what we're dealing with as a society these days. Every year, I try to, embrace anything to do with supporting our troops as much as possible. And, last year I was really out into PTSD and, a lot of the after effects of our soldiers coming home and, trying to get them integrated back into society. I mean, warfare these days it's a whole other level of intensity, and also too, at the same time, the family structure in America is deteriorated compared to what it was when we were growing up, so I think that we as a society, we all have to be aware, on a supportive level of all of our troops, to wrap up around them and do everything we can to bring recognition to not only their service but to the issues that they're dealing with, once they get back home.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Freedom Ride kicks off at 11 o'clock. Then when you guys get back from that, you said you've got the bottle signing. You got to bring an unsigned bottle, though. That's the important part, right? Or not an unsigned bottle, an unopened bottle.
Who am I to be judging whether they opened it or not? I don't know. If it's got a top on it, as far as I'm concerned, it's closed.
Awesome. And then, of course, Jackal taking the stage later that night. And, you guys have got the Lumberjack song. You've got, Down on Me. Are you going to play I Stand Alone? Because that's my favorite Jackal song.
Yeah, I said that's my favorite. If I had to pick one song out of everything, I'd keep I Stand Alone. And I love them all, but that's the one that means the most to me. And but we'll be playing that. I'm really proud of the fact that that we have that record out called Best in Show, and it's Jackal's latest record. And there's about 3 or 4 songs that have really surfaced to be connecting with the people out there, like a song called Screwdriver and another song called Encore. I mean, both of those are staples in the Jackal set. I can't ever imagine us not playing those songs live, forever. And I'm proud that people are connecting with the new music in addition to the stuff that we've had out for quite a while.
Yeah, and you guys have been rocking for, what is it, almost 25 years now? Did you ever
think about 22 years, yeah.
About 23. Did you ever think when you guys got started that this was going to be something that would just fulfill all your dreams in life?
I never really knew anything but pursuing what we do, and I've been blessed to be able to do a lot of other things. But the band has been a constant, and those 3 guys that are standing around. I don't get it. I'm having a hard time understanding why. We've been together for over 20 years, and those 3 guys just keep getting better looking. But I guess 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah, that's you take it as it comes, right?
Yeah, I'm always proud to be the turd in the punch bowl.
All right, Jesse. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I know you got to catch a flight, but we'll see you here on Saturday. Thanks for taking time to talk to us.
People, spread the word. Get out there. It's a full day at Brant's Harley-Davidson. Starts with a ride, a charity motorcycle ride at 11 o'clock. They've already got over 200 bikes signed up for it, so you don't want to miss that. Bring your bottle of Jesse James bourbon, your Full Throttle Saloon Shine. We'll sign it after the charity ride at 2 p.m. at the dealership, and then we got a whole day of bands playing with Jackal topping it off, and I guarantee it's going to be a greasy night of rock and roll. Rock me, roll me, Jackal me. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you, Jesse James Dupree. You heard the man. Get out there to Brant's Harley-Davidson, the Freedom Ride and the Freedom Rally this weekend at Brant's Harley-Davidson in Wabash. It's Lake City Rock, 107.3 WRSW.